All right, we're gonna give you a full tour of Walnut Creek this morning. This is the entrance. If you're coming from the main parking lot on the east end, most of Walnut Creek is pretty easy, but the beginning here is probably the hardest section for beginners. Probably the gnarliest, and then it kind of mellows out from here. You got this steep hill, bridge, and then after that, you got this rooty climb with a steep uphill. So if you're a beginner, don't be turned off by that. There's plenty of mellow trail on the way. And it takes you through this kind of fun, windy trail between some of the evergreens. Nice view of the lake over there. Next is a fun section. Got a lot of nice little jumps on it. You can roll all these, but they're definitely fun if you're kind of a lower level, just starting to learn how to do jumps. This one's a fun one. Those are great beginner jumps just to get used to going over something, getting your wheels off the ground. Then it's going to shoot you in this section. Nice little log roll over there. This one has multiple lines to it. You gotta shift down to get up this stuff. So now we're back in the wooded part of Walnut Creek, and this is a great area on hotter days. It seems to have better airflow than some of the other wooded trails around. Then to the pump track. Not the world's greatest pump track, but it's fun. First side's nice. Second side, we still got some work to do. Over to the double skinnies. You can always ride this however you prefer. Slower, faster, no big deal. You can also walk on these trails. They're super fun for a nice hike. I bring my kids out here once in a while for a good hike. Here's a fun little section. Got a nice hop if you want it. And then a nice little jump at the end. And if you hit it fast enough, you don't have to pedal up that hill. That little skinny tree thing used to get me. Okay, so this section, got a nice, here, show it to you. Easy section of the trail over here. Here's the harder section. Easy part, not much to show. I'll show you the harder section, which is mostly just because of this uphill climb. And there you go. This used to be, for old Papillion residents, the old Turkey Road that was here along Walnut Creek before they dammed it up. So there's a quick little prairie switchback area right here that then sends you into what we call the Outback. Small new log jump, log rollover that we just put down from a tree that fell down. Here's our little skinny. Grass is growing up through it, hard to see, but like I say, Walnut Creek is a beginner trail, so we've got a lot of great features that, if you're just starting out, are really good skill builders. This is the Outback downhill section, if you want to call it that. More of a slight decline, but it's got some real fun features on it. Again, all except for one are rollable, or all of them have bypasses around it. So this next one is Logzilla. It's just a big tree that fell down, so we turned it in to a rollover. This one is a true gap. There we go, that's the only true gap at Walnut Creek. It's about a bike length gap. And then it leads you right into this nice jump, into another jump. I never make that all the way to where it's supposed to go, but those are fun. Get your wheels off the ground. Again, if you're a beginner, those all have bypasses on them. Know your own ability, of course. So there's a short little prairie section here. Give you a little taste of what's to come towards the end of the trail. All right, over the skinny, the double skinnies, and this is back into the trees. And this part is just a slow technical wind between a real wooded area, lots of trees right by the trail, some roots. Just kind of teach you how to go slow, control your bike. This one always gets me right here. You gotta have your pedal in the right place. All right, this next section is the Good Life jump line, but you can always skip the jump line. There's two pads here. I'm gonna stop and show you. So you can go this way. There's a kicker jump there, another kind of downward jump, and then there's also a bypass line over here. So you don't have to do all this stuff if you're a beginner. You can also ride down there. You don't have to go off the drop. You can go this way, ride down there, and if you just want to roll the ravine, you can do that. But I'm going to show you what the jump line looks like. You can go straight to the jump line off of the trail we were just on, but there is a lead up if you need just a little bit more time to prepare yourself, or you just want to compose yourself before you go off the drop. So anyway, we're going to hit the drop. We're going to hit that kicker, and then the Good Life jump down there, the dirt jump. This is one of the, if you're a little bit more advanced, this is one of the best parts of the trail. All right, here we go. Then we're just going to skip over here because that's what I like to do. But there's actually a little bit of, there's a berm that sends you back up. Let's go do that one more time. One thing I want to mention is on the kicker. The wood kicker is the thing that gets people out here. It's probably the hardest feature out here, or the feature that just sends you. First time you do this jump line, I would say scout it out. The wood kicker, roll it as slowly as you can and make it over the first time. And this time we're going to go up here, and it'll just shoot you right back up. Now another section, there's just a couple hairpin turns. This one always gets me. Log rollover coming up here. If you can, you can send it. Another small log rollover, tiny drop. So yeah, this is fun for younger kids and are just getting used to those features. It's fun for older guys like me too. A little bit bigger of a drop. Log roller over there. One real nice thing about Walnut Creek is at the end of all these sections, there's a few sections and the trails all come out together like this. The trails that go each way. So you can never really get lost because they all come together. You can always turn around, skip a section of the trail, ride it however you want to ride it. A little bridge here. All right, so this is our path back to the parking lot, but it's also our lead up to the prairie. This is one of the funner sections with the rock drops. You gotta cut the tree branch off on that one. Get slapped in the face with these kind of fun rooty downhill, mellow downhill. Lead up to the other rock jump. We've got another dock jump coming up, dock drop. There is a bypass. This one's a fun dock drop with a nice little whale tail kicker. Over the rock, steep switchback. Now, you could have taken that exit to gone back to the parking lot where we started at, but this takes you over to the prairie. Look both ways as you're going across the road. Ignore the prairie haters. Looking at you, Phil. No, just kidding. But there is a lot of fun to be had on the prairie. Yeah, it's rough. It's rugged. It's rooty. But it'll challenge you, get you in good shape, make some of those other trails feel really nice and smooth to you, that's for sure. And it's got some great views. Now we're headed to the prairie downhill section. This is like the treat of the prairie. You made it this far. How about a little fun, fast downhill? Starts off with a fun jump. Yeah, rough downhill. Whoa, almost didn't make it around the turn. All right. Then we've got a tabletop jump. Then this, you can jump it if you want, or you can pump it. And another fun little downhill section here. Watch your speed towards the end because you're going to cross the trail. You don't want to collide with anybody. Look both ways. And on to the lakeside trail. If you're one for fun, mellow, scenic trail, this is the part for you. You got a nice view over the Walnut Creek Lake. Trail's pretty fun, it's smooth down here. Can be an easy ride. Used to ride this on my gravel bike. Still do if I'm out on a ride and I want to pop through here. If you've had enough of the prairie, there's a little split off trail right here. You can go back to the parking lot. We're not going to do that. We're going to show you the rest of the trail. You're probably catching some of that nice view of Walnut Creek over on the right hand side right now. cross over the walking trail there, and we're to the last section of the prairie. I'm not gonna lie, this is the worst section of the prairie because you're going uphill the whole time. There are a lot of ticks out of Walnut Creek, so especially when the trail's a little overgrown, I do a tick check every time you stop. It is what it is. A lot of other trails have problems with that too. It's just nature. We're at the end of the prairie. Look both ways as you're crossing the road. There's the parking lot down here. This is going to send you back to the parking lot. So if you want to keep going, just turn this curve. Otherwise, go straight. Take you right back to where you started at the parking lot. And thanks for tagging along. That's Walnut Creek Bike Trail.